Welcome back, everybody, aboard the game train. We are back here on Hearthstone today, and I got kind of the inkling to play some warrior today, so I was doing a little bit of theory crafting since the last time I played, and I came up with this deck. Again, I'm not claiming that this is my deck. I'm claiming that I thought of it as I made it. I didn't really have an idea exactly of what I wanted as when I started it. But this is the result. Let me move my my camera here for you. All right. So this is what I came up with. It's an even taunt warrior. It focuses heavily on clear, with the warpath, the blood razor, the sleep with fishes for early kind of aggro decks, which at my current rank, which is Diamond 5, I tend to run into a lot. So I was like, what can I play that can, deal with those early boards quickly and efficiently? So my thought was any sort of cheap AoE. Blood Razor obviously being the worst of the three, but Warpath is great. It's a repeatable spell that I can play, or even just a one-off on turn 2 if I'm playing against an aggro druid or a discard warlock or something that has a board presence turn 1, turn 2. But it also has kind of a counter to more of the big decks, like the big priest specifically, with Cornered Sentry, summoning extra minions for your opponent, kind of screwing with their res pool just a little bit. And then it also focuses on basically getting this guy out, Armadillo, as well as Dead Man Handing, your big taunt hands to just keep the taunt train rolling. And then also it focuses with early armor, such as with the hero power being reduced to 1, the armor smith, and then the dry whisker armor as well. So just basically anything that can protect me early, and then also I have enough push later on in the game for more of a mid-rangey type deck. So I wanted to try this out. I've played a couple games in just with Innkeeper, just to kind of get a feel for the deck and how it performed against a non-real opponent, and it felt pretty good. But obviously it's against the Innkeeper, so really who cares? So I wanted to record my first couple games with it in a live game with you guys. I wanted to share exactly what I think of the deck and how it performs against the current meta in Diamond 5, which currently seems to be focused heavily on aggro, like I said, with Druid, aggro with Warlock, as well as control style, such as Big Priest, as well as this, what I can only assume is this, which is the Control Warrior with the Silas Shield Slam combo. So we're just going to full mulligan our hand here, because we're looking for more of an early kind of get out on the board and prevent him from kind of stacking his armor up to ridiculous numbers. So it is odd warrior we are facing, so we just have to keep that in mind. We have to kind of remember that we are the aggressors in this matchup. I understand I say that we are the aggressive one in this deck, or in this matchup, but the first couple turns are going to be pretty boring. I can tell already. It's just going to be hero power back and forth. We're going to even out in armor my next turn. Armadillo is good. It's not quite where I want to be hand-wise right now. So I don't think I'm going to Dead Man Hand. And also I would want to wait for my second Dead Man Hand so I can go infinite. But I may not be able to. It may not be that type of game. It's just kind of a hero power to the death kind of a game, it seems. So we're just gonna play again. It's a decent, quote unquote, decent 6-drop. But he did have an answer to it. He is just straight up control. Like that's all the Silas combo deck is just control with a slight, you know, win condition, other than just starving your opponent out. So I don't really know what I want to do here. I kind of want a Dead Man's Hand since we have Armadillo, but I also don't have my other Dead Man's Hand, so my longevity of this game is severely reduced. Because then what am I doing for the rest of my turn? That's 2 of my 7 mana. So I think I will Dead Man's Hand this. This is a decent enough hand. And then we'll just play this. Every bit of armor against us, like for us, I mean, counts. In the name of the Silas combo. So we got rid of the Lotheb. It's a good thing we played Dead Man's Hand the previous turn. Wouldn't have been able to do it that turn. And there's the other Dead Man's Hand. Cool. So what we could do here, we'll sleep with fishes. Armadillo. And then finish the turn out with a hero power. We want to draw out some sort of removal from him here. Bladestorm. Okay. It's an unfortunate turn for me. Well, there's Armadillo again, but I don't think I want to play it right now. I kind of want to play some of the minions in my hand here. Okay, there's a little bit of draw right there. That's not bad actually, because then we can do this. Hit there, and then Battle Rage. Obviously, there's better Battle Rages, but that one wasn't too bad for us. We basically just need to get his, like, most of his core removal out of the way. Being that he's odd, he only has Bladestorm, Brawl. He could have Coerce. Not a lot of players run Coerce, though. Not in these style of decks. Coerce is more of a niche card. Okay. I'm thinking we Dead Man's Hand again. Armadillo and go face. We just have to be careful of the Silas combo. That's all we really have to care about. Because that is his win condition in this game now. Yep. That's fine. So we can hit that. Hero power and just play Lich King.
I will not be denied.
So obviously if he has another Blade Storm or a Coerce, then we're going to get wrecked here. But we have another Lich King. I was hoping to get the steal a minion and then maybe potentially steal his combo away from him, but not so lucky for me. Reckless Fury. Or Flurry. Okay. So let's just play another Lich King. Frostmourne. It could be good. It could be good. It depends on if he really is the Silas combo. It definitely feels like Silas combo. I kind of want to just obliterate that, but I also don't. There's really not much else for me to do, right? I could obliterate, play Frostmourne, hero power, and just go face for 13. Anti-magic shell is good. I wish it was a way to stop the Silas combo, but it's not. Unfortunately, the combo will still go as planned. For him, at least. Bash, okay. So I know it's pretty bad, but we're gonna hit that. Play Armagadillo again. And now here's where I debate. Do I want to do Anti-Magic Shell to make it insanely hard for him to kill? Because he has targeted spells. I think I'm going to do it. Excuse me. Most of his spells are targetable. Okay. So he runs Ironbeak as well. That's kind of annoying. But not the worst thing ever either. So I can just do this.
I will not be denied.
Our goal is just to keep his armor low. That's all we need to do. We have a 14/14 Lich King in our hand. Could brawl. Shield block. Okay. Cornered Sentry here is pretty good. It gives us a bunch of life. And then we can just trade. I don't want to trade too much though. I was hoping to go for a Battle Rage there, but it doesn't really get me much to go for Battle Rage there. Okay, so there's the Brawl. So we'll end up with 2 minions no matter what the outcome. Okay, so we keep one at a 4/7, the other one goes back down to 2. So that's 1 Brawl. He's played 1 Brawl, he's played 1 Blade Storm, he's played 1 Reckless Flurry. Okay, so play Lich King. And just go face. I'm holding back on the 14/14 Lich King until I feel like it's safer to play it. Okay, there's the Bulwark. Okay, so we can just trade here and then do Battle Rage.
Much rage.
Okay. So we'll just play a big boy Kartut. We've kept his armor low enough to where the Silas combo is pretty far out there for him. Okay, that's nothing to me. So we get rid of his weapon here. So now we'll play Frightened Flunky. Play this here. In case of another Super Collider, we want him to be hitting big things in order to clear, rather than being able to clear stuff with small things. Okay, so again, we still end up with 2 minions regardless of the outcome here. Man, that 4/7 is resilient. Okay. So that's 2 Brawls. 1 Reckless Fury. 1 Bladestorm. No weapon. I think we're safe to play Big Boy Lich King now. But in the sheer sense of just making sure, we're going to still hold back just a little bit. We're way out of range of getting OTK'd with Silas. Because he can't have the one that doubles the damage to minions. There's 1 shield slam out. Okay, so that's shield slam and his second shield collider. I think we're pretty safe here. So we're gonna battle rage. See what we get. Oh, I really like this. So we could play this guy. Get him with no armor. I didn't really make this deck to counter the Silas, but it seems to be doing pretty well. Okay, so we're overdrawing that card, Blood Razor, and then another. Okay. So that's his second plague. So I think what we're actually just going to do is we're going to try to clear his board. Play another big boy. So that way if he wants to clear this, he's taking another 5. And he can't even clear them with Super Collider. He has no armor for the Silas combo. There's his second Reckless Flurry. So I think we're safe to play this Lich King. And we'll just play this as well. So he is in fatigue. He doesn't have any armor for a Silas combo. Trying to figure out what are his moves in order to win this. Well, we can obliterate that. Do 14 to the face. We take 9. Yeah. I think that's not the worst option ever. And then we'll just do a warpath. We'll do 2 warpaths. Get ourselves just a bit of extra armor back. So he is at 1. He has no armor. Can't do a Silas combo. If he's a Mechathune, which I doubt, can't do anything about it. Worked out pretty well, actually. First game with this deck. Turns out pretty successful. I like it. We're going to try another one. That was a long game. That was a 20-minute game. That's what happens when you play Control. Games just take forever. We're getting a little dark in here, too. It's a little dark. Dogs are barking once again. Okay, so it's a priest. I don't think I like any of this against a priest. I'm looking for the cornered sentry to mess up res pool, possibly. I'm going to turn my light on and I'll be right back with you guys.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
Someone injured?
Okay. So it is not Big Priest. We can rule that one right out. I don't really want to do much. I don't want to give him any reason to be able to heal. I need to turn that fan off. That fan is loud. Yeah, I just think I don't want to do anything here. I think I want to just keep hero powering, honestly. Next turn we got Blood Razor to kill his Northshire. And then... My god. Let me close my window now, too. Peace and quiet, finally. Aw, if it had pulled my gem-studded golem, that would have been great. To no avail. So we're gonna punch and punch. And then we can hero power. And now we can finally play this because he doesn't have a Northshire to draw off of. I think we'll go ahead and keep the Scrapyard Colossus. It's a pretty hard minion, actually. If this is Highlander Priest, this is a pretty hard minion for him to kill. Lotheb. Okay. Well, we have the double Dead Man's Hand, which is really good for us. I'm just gonna play this and see if I can bait out like a death. We have the double dead man, so we can go infinite on this game. I don't think it'll get to that point. I think either I'll have a good enough board to deal with him, or he's going to slowly burn me down with Raza Priest. Because I'm definitely getting Raza vibes here. Okay, well we can do this hero power, and this will be able to attack, and we could trade. I don't really want a dead man's hand right now though, so I think okay. Dead man's handing a battle rage doesn't sound terrible in this game. Past the mana feeder Pantheras, I don't have a ton of draw. Well, if he doesn't have a way to get rid of everything. Okay, that's a two draw for battle rage. That's not too bad. I have a second battle rage, so this one we can just go. Okay. Well, I don't really want to do anything like Warpath or anything like that. I kind of just want to get him. Go face. Okay, so now we have to worry about Anduin. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this into this. I guess I should have played Armorsmith first. That's a small misplay on my part. Oh well. We've committed to this play already. And we'll just Warpath. Still not ready to Dead Man's Hand just yet. So this should be Anduin, right? If he plays Anduin here, then I'm just throwing down the Colossus. Okay. I am throwing down Colossus. If he Psychic Screams me, oh well. This is definitely not the worst thing to get Psychic Screamed either. Yep. Like I said, not a terrible thing to get Psychic Screamed. I think we'll just do 2 Morden and Hero Power. I have not considered this matchup. Raza Priest, as annoying as it is, it's not very prevalent at this rank. Though it does seem to be what I lose to the most. But that's huge. He had nothing there. So we're just going to throw down that. I'm going to use the coin right now. That way when I Dead Man's Hand, I'm not shuffling a coin into my back into my deck. Plus, weaving a hero power in every turn is pretty good against this. Especially since he doesn't have Raza just yet. Oh, here it is. He's not going to be able to burn me down. Not fast enough. I definitely just think I need to focus going face here. I know he has Reno. He's got Reno in hand. But Reno's kind of like... If he keeps pinging my face, Reno here is like a pretty meh play, to be honest. Okay, so he's actually started pinging minions, which he, you know, that's smart. I have a huge board in front of him. I have 19 damage on board. Okay, he has another Reno. He missed a hero power. Doesn't matter, it still killed it, but... Okay, so we have to make sure that he doesn't get a third Reno. Oh, that's gonna be huge. That's huge. He's already Psychic Screamed. He has Reno, but I'm gonna have huge minions that he's not gonna be able to target. He could, obviously, Zephyrus. Okay, so I'm not gonna have a board. Fuck, that would have been so good for me. This is honestly okay. I don't want to just come right out and say that I hate Raza Priest, because obviously it's like a very combo oriented deck, and it's very niche and very expensive. It's a very expensive deck, but the fact that all my opponent has to do is just play his entire hand and he can just ping my face and kill me, it does not scream balanced. I remember when this deck this deck idea first came out, right? It was annoying, sure, but it wasn't like as oppressive as it feels now. And I blame the I blame Polkek. We're just gonna do this. I blame Polkek, because now, like before they were a very combo oriented deck, but they had to draw that combo piece in order to make it work. So it was very RNG based on what you drew. So you played a lot of stuff in order to draw your entire deck. And then by the time you drew your entire deck, you had nothing to play. So your whole combo of trying to get this, you know, 0 mana hero power, you know, it's great, but it was so niche that it was just like, I'm trying to word this in the best way I can, and it's really hard because it was an oppressive deck, especially when, you know, people ran it with the Velen orientation. But now it's just you play Polkek on 4, or whenever you get it, and then you just win because you draw your entire combo one turn after another. Like, you just keep drawing your combo pieces. You know, you draw your Anduin, you draw your Reno, you draw your Raza, you draw your Zephyrus, you draw everything in reverse order, and it just makes it insanely difficult for any deck that isn't aggro to play against. So it's basically forcing you into an aggro meta no matter what kind of meta like you want to play, you are forced into playing this aggro meta, and I hate saying this, but it's bullshit. It's a bullshit deck. Raza was nerfed to make your hero power 1 mana. Great. That is a great change because it made this deck actually like hard to play against, or like hard to play with, I'm sorry. It made it hard to play with because you were limited. This is unlimited damage. Like before you had to, you know, divvy out your mana better because you had to work in 1 mana per hero power. But now it's just play everything and boom. Like you can just missile your opponent every turn. And it's gotten to the point where it's so just it's so annoying to play against. And I know I sound like I'm just complaining, and I am complaining because it's an annoying deck to play against. But I don't feel like I'm the only one who has an issue with Raza Priest. And it's probably balanced 50-50. You know, some people hate it, some people love it. And the people who love it are people that I don't really want to associate myself with. Because it's so annoying to play against. And, you know, there's nothing you can do about this. You just die. Like, you just die. So, hate on it all you want. I don't like Raza Priest. I'm not saying that the deck needs to be changed. I'm just saying that it's annoying to play against. You have to play a certain deck in order to counter it, and it just seems ridiculous at this point. But that's the end of my rant. I was trying to have some fun with a different style of deck that no one wants to play, which is Taunt Warrior. And to even further it, even Taunt Warrior. So I don't even have access to, you know, Dr. Boom or anything. I deal with what I have, and that's it. So, I don't know. I was trying to have fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'm sorry for going off on Raza Priest. It really just does tilt me. And I'm sure I'm not alone, but I'm sure I'm also, you know, I just sound like I'm complaining because I lost. I don't care that I lost. I just wish the game was a little bit more balanced in that regard. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.